Have a wonderful, wonderful weekend and happy holidays. This is a two-part live. Stories happening around the U.S. This African-American man has been found guilty of murdering his friend, who was his roommate, or however you want to word it. The guy was staying in his home. Stephen White, 35, convicted of second-degree murder. Argument over dog mess. Faces 15 to 25 years in prison. Sentencing, February 21, 25. Let's get down to business, everybody. Sorry about that. My screen blanks out. This is the worst screen to be on. Let's hear what they have to say.
Could face nearly 2 decades in prison. Stephen White was convicted of second-degree murder. He shot and killed his roommate at a home on East Oldham Avenue. Prosecutors say White refused to clean up after his dog, which led to an argument. He will be sentenced in February.
How crazy is that? To unalive your friend because he didn't clean up dog poop. Think it was in the yard. Don't know how long these guys lived together. I'm assuming it was just a friendship type situation. Don't know. But it's jacked up. Imagine you will now go to prison for 15 to 25 years to life for unaliving your friend, your associate, whomever, however the relationship was. Like I said, don't know how long they lived together. Hello, Skylar. Don't know how long they lived together, but it's jacked up that it would resort to this type of behavior of you killing your friend when all you get to do is just tell them, hey, you got to go. Take your dog with you. You can't stay here. I can't have you pooping in the yard. Can't have your dog pooping in the yard. I don't want to clean it up. And actually, it is, if it was his, he was renting. See, we don't know that. Don't know if he owned the house, if he was renting. And naturally, you don't want to step in the grass in case, you have friends over, people visiting. You don't want people stepping in the grass. I know I wouldn't. Everybody navigates differently. But I personally, if I have grass, I don't care if it's 3 feet of grass, 5 feet, 10 yards, whatever. Poop in the yard because I might want to walk, I want to sit out, want to put a blanket, want to have a get together, and nobody wants to step in dog poop. Some of you live like that, that's your business, but everybody don't live like that. Now, should he have put his hands on this person by a weapon? No. All he had to do was ask him to leave. When he started seeing the poop outside in the yard, he told the guy, hey, you got to walk your dog, you got to poop or scoot. He don't want to do that. Then tell him he had to go. That's all he had to do. Hey, I want you to go. I want you and the dog to go. End of story. So now he's going to forfeit most of his life for nothing. 35 years of age plus 15, well, you can count. He'll get out 50 or 50 plus. That's still a life gone over nothing. But this is the world that we live in. Hello, Scott. Thank you for joining me. This is what we live in. Okay? This is the world that we live in. Sorry about the blanking out. I hate these monitors. They won't stay on for some reason. This is the world that we live in. Does Stephen have any regrets for killing this man? Does he have any regrets for killing him? 15 years in prison. And then they talk about another man who also had an incident of someone dog defecating in the son's yard. See, there's no need in killing a person. That's just ridiculous. There's just no need in that. White man yells at wife in restaurant. Hold on.
According to Wikipedia, white is a racial...
This is so stupid. Here we go. I gotta find it. Hold on. White man yells at wife in restaurant because she talked to black people. Here we go. Let's see. Let's see if it comes up. This is my next story.
According to MSN.com, in a video shared on social media, a white patron and several black customers appeared to confront a co-owner of Nick's in the Sticks in Tuscaloosa over his alleged use of a racial slur.
I don't know what's the truth, but we're going to get down to it. Hold on a minute. There's no audio on this TikTok. TikTok won't let me in for some reason. Between TikTok and X, I cannot get in the accounts. Can't get in TikTok and I can't get in my own X account. This is the reason why I don't like fooling with these apps. Everybody's so enamored with these apps. But for some reason, I can't get into TikTok or my own X account. X said something about some type of activity on it wasn't right, which makes no sense because I hadn't been on it since before spring of 2023. But anyway, here's a white man and his wife out. There's a small white child you'll see right there sitting in the corner. The wife is, I don't have any words for what the hell was going on here. But anyway, they weren't jiving, let's say. They weren't jiving. And we're going to hear that information. Jumbo's favorite's Katie, don't she? Maybe Katie got a twin. It's like Katie Proudfoot. Called her a bitch? Wow. Doesn't she favor Katie Proudfoot? Katie Proudfoot, you got a twin. Shut your mouth. Katie, what you doing with this white man down in Alabama? Oh, Lord. Okay. I'm going to remove this screen because this one it blanks out. I don't know why these devices won't hold their screens for some reason. Thank you for joining me, everybody. Welcome to the Vault Excel. Okay. What you just saw is utter nonsense. They're saying that this is because the wife spoke to some black people in the restaurant. I don't really think it's about that. Here to say these people are lying. I'm going to go in the belly. The man is just bitter. The man is just bitter. He sounds black. What's considered urban talk. If you didn't see the race of this man or this video, you may have assumed that was a black man cussing in a public place. Now, naturally, everyone has their own dialect. People in the South sound similar, so they could be white, black, Asian, and you don't know who they are until you see the color of their skin and see their mouths moving. But if you didn't see this video, I don't think you could say that was necessarily a white man talking. That's the point I'm trying to make. If you listen to people who live in the deep South, such as Florida, New Orleans, the white people there have a very distinct dialect, such as the African-American people, and the white people sound what would be considered black or urban. Because I've heard a lot of white people speak from New Orleans and Louisiana, and they have a very thick accent. So the gist of the story is, this man is just bitter. He's upset. He's mad at himself. He's mad at himself. He's mad at the world. When he got home, he probably beat the woman up, beat the kid up, threw some stuff. They made up. This was allegedly 3 months ago. You heard this woman speaking on the commentary that it's Alabama. They finally found him. Because when you go into Google search, they've been trying to locate the man and identify him. He's ignorant. He's like a lot of people. He's bitter. He's mad at the world. You don't get upset because somebody spoke to a black person, an Asian person. What do you care? You're in a restaurant full of black people. Alabama is full of black people. You don't like black people, then don't eat out. How about that? You don't like black people, don't eat out. Stay inside, order in. So if DoorDash showed up and it was a black guy or black woman, what you gonna do? Beat him up? Take the food back. I don't want it. You're black. You touched the bag. I don't want it. So then you got to worry about then who cooked the food. Black man might have made the hamburger. So what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? She said he sounded like a hillbilly. Well, Mary, my thing is, if you listen, he sounds urban to me. I'm just gonna leave it at that. As I said, a lot of Southerners have a thick accent naturally, but sometimes that accent can mirror what is considered urban, which people will say black, okay? I've seen a lot of people, Asian, mixed, biracial. Some talk proper, some don't. Depends on how you raised, who raised you. That is what determines your dialect and the accents you pick up through life. It's how you were raised and your education, bottom line. The point is, this man is ignorant. You're in a public place embarrassing yourself, embarrassing your wife and child, making a ruckus. I'm glad the staff told him to get out because that's what he's supposed to do. Sir, excuse me, we cannot have this type of behavior. You need to step out. You don't warn them because we got to stop warning people. We got to stop warning people to lower their voices. No, you need to remove yourself. Get the fuck out. Get your ass out of here. Got to go. Okay? As for the black people in there bickering back and forth, hollering for what? Get the baby to do what? Listen at yourselves, you sound stupid. Get the baby. Get the baby from whom? That's his child. The wife is the one that's stupid to be with him, okay? That's her ass. That's her dumb ass to be with this rude MF. That's my point. He's rude regardless. Black folks ain't got nothing to do with nothing. He's nasty irregardless. He's that type, he's mad because the cornbread got burnt. The chicken was fried too hard. He's that guy. He ain't gonna go nowhere and not cause a scene. That's who he is. He's that guy that's mad as soon as he gets up. As Cat Williams would say, damn, dude, you banging on bacon? You up mad already? Right. He's that white guy. He's just mad. But to holler and scream in the restaurant, it's not helpful. As I said in my live stream last night when I was out at the Magnolia Cafe, what did I say about responding to incidents and behavior of ignorant people? You can exacerbate the situation by responding. Such as this guy was in the bar last night. He's talking loud. He's talking loud to his daughters because he's mad about one of their boyfriends, whatever the hell was going on. You see the girl come over and hug me and say, oh, you see this lady here? She responded like a lady. Of course I'm gonna respond like a lady. The father chipped at me. Now this is the same guy who opened the door for me coming in, was very polite. But somewhere through the night, he's pissy drunk. Now he's going off on his daughters because he wants them to leave the bar. But they're grown. They're 36 and 30 years old. But that's my point. I could have quipped back and said, who the F you talking to like that? And then next thing you know, he would have been arguing. Then here comes his girlfriend, who I know of her. She probably would have came over. What's the problem? And then I would have had to probably tell her, you need to get somewhere. This don't concern you. Because I already saw her chipping away at the boyfriend, saying something to him, which I don't know what that was all about. But when you have ghetto ratchet people, this is what you get right here. So they're black, they're white. It don't matter what the race is. Ignorance is ignorance. Let me make that clear. If you don't know that, something wrong with you. Ignorance is ignorance. Soon as they said, oh, it's about some black people, first thing I said to myself, nah, it ain't about no black folks. It ain't about no black folks. That's what you think it's about. You think it's about black folks. Bruh is miserable. He's just a big old tired white man. And then the words he was using was so derogatory, and words that usually we hear from ethnic folks, like stinking ass. You don't hear a lot of white people calling people stank ass. I ain't trying to be racial, but we just gonna keep it real. We all different colors. I'm keeping it real. I don't hear a lot of white people calling people stank ass. So when he called somebody stank ass, I didn't know if he was talking about his wife or he was talking about somebody black, but that's just not even a white person's terminology. Get on with your stinking ass. You know what I'm saying? I'm just like, this white man that lost his damn mind. You get beat to death up in here. You see the black man grab the please weights, the weight stand. Dude, you shouldn't have picked that up. See, all of y'all were exacerbating a fool. He likes attention. That's why he did it. That's what I'm trying to tell you. It ain't about nobody being black. He is an attention-seeking whore. He is like so many people. He got to make a scene. And I have learned not to engage with people like that. When you see people getting loud and rowdy, you don't say nothing. Don't try to... Even if you're with them in the club or the bar or the restaurant. Now, I understand if you're with the party and you don't want them embarrassing you, you might say, well, you know, hey, come on now, let's calm down. We ain't got to get like this. But then you see they start screaming like how he acted. I'd have got my ass up. I'd have told the lady, I need a plate to go or I'm going to move to another table. But you're not going to make a out of me and I'm with you. Because Queen can get ignorant too. And I think most of you know how I rock. You're not going to sit at no table with me and start talking damn crazy. And hooping and hollering and yelling and stuff. Oh, no, we ain't about to rock like that. I don't care if the eggs weren't right, the steak wasn't right, the Coke is too warm. You ain't got to do all that. This man is abusive. He abuses his wife, his children. And the fact that they were yelling, telling her, get the kid from him. Who was going to take this man's child out of his arms? Do you know how preposterous that sounds? Get the baby! Get the baby! And do what? Fight? It's going to be on camera. You're going to go to jail for touching that white man. I don't care if he's in there hollering and screaming. He hasn't put his hands on anyone. So you're going to go up to this big old white man and try to take his child out of his arms. How you think that was going to turn out? All the black folks would have been in there barreling with this big old white man over his baby. And the white wife, she going to be standing there doing what? Nothing. Nothing. See, let me tell you how you handle this. When he first started cursing, should have called 911. That's how you put a stop. You got to teach people how to act. You got to teach people how to behave. 911, what is your emergency, please? Oh, yes, we have a Caucasian man disturbing the peace inside of the restaurant. I think it may be a dire situation. I believe he's intimidating his wife and child. Other people are chiming in, and we don't want this to get out of control. Could you please hurry and send an officer over? Oh, they've been glad to send somebody else. That's how you handle that. That's how you handle that. Don't respond. Don't say nothing. Now, you see this black lady here. She's filming. And I don't know who's all at her table, but I guess they felt uncomfortable. And you heard her reply, I ain't going nowhere. So she's filming it. As most people want to do. They want to get it all on camera to show how ignorant a person is. I don't know the black people that the wife spoke to, who Katie spoke to. I don't know who Katie spoke to. But anyway, this black lady here, she couldn't wait to get it on camera. And what about said about that too? You all got to film everything. Now imagine had this big white boy jumped up and grabbed your camera. Because he seems that ignorant. And in the end, it's a free world. That is her phone. She can film what she wants. But most people do not want you filming them when they're acting a donkey's ass. Am I correct? I'm correct. Now, would it be wrong for him to touch her? Yes. Get in her face? Yes. But due to the fact that he's belligerent, you should know filming him makes matters worse. Who he was yelling at over in that direction, I don't know. Were they black? Possibly. But the point is, he's a bitter white man. That's all. He's a very bitter white person, and he's mad about everything. You can best believe he is not a happy camper when they walk out of there, or the next day, or the next day, or the day before. He's yelling, screaming, hollering, bitching, crying, moaning. And this lady knew all of that before she got with old Hillbilly Jack, as Mary calls him, Hillbilly. Before she got with old Hillbilly Jack, she knew that he was not a decent person to talk to, date, have sex with, none of that. And the sad part is that there's a little white baby sitting over in that corner that's got to grow up with this hillbilly. That's what's sad. Because the mother made a sound choice to lay down with this big old bear and procreate. So now we have to worry about the livelihood of this little baby growing up in an abusive household with a possibly racist father. And then he will pick up those ways, and then he'll be out here using the N-word and cussing people out and calling women B's and H's, all because of that big old bear right there. You have to stop the cycle. You have to stop the cycle. The people you hang with, the people you lay down with, the people you procreate, the company you keep. I can honestly tell you, I was out last night and the devil was all around me. The devil was all around me last night. And you damn right I handle myself like a lady, because that's how I rock. Have I ever spazzed out before in public? Of course. But I also have to know there could be ramifications. So even though there was somebody near me last night that I have not had any dealings with because they have an arrogant attitude and a nasty mouth, they made sure to be right up under me wanting a response. And I'm not talking about the incident where the young ladies, you know, were going back and forth with their father. It's another incident. They just sat right up under me because they was waiting for me to say, hey, what's going on? I ain't talking, blah, blah, blah. Queen ain't saying nothing to you. Because once I hear that nasty tongue, and you call me out my government name for no reason, and I was just calling to say hello, oh, you know, I ain't got nothing to say to you. Because I got to practice what I preach on this network and what I preach in life. So I can't give you advice and say, hey, feel worthy, be worthy. Tell you, hey, don't hang around people that don't make you feel good, people that disrespect you. And then I go do it, then how stupid am I? So I got to walk that walk. I got to walk that talk. So I don't have nothing to say to anybody that don't show me no respect. Why should I be talking to you? And one thing I don't do, I don't chase women. That's out. Now, naturally, there's no reason for me to allow a man to disrespect me, but God made woman for a man. So naturally, you're going to go back and forth possibly with a man for whatever reason. Not saying I recommend it, but just saying the point I'm trying to make is I'm not going to chase no woman for no friendship. That's what I'm saying. I'm not going to chase you. And if I see signs that you ain't proper dough, I don't need you in my circle. I'm not about to try to be in your circle deliberately. Okay? But I don't recommend quipping with anybody, going back and forth with anybody, whether you like them, don't like them, new friend, old friend, whatever the situation is, a man you dating, trying to date, whatever you're trying to do. If you see you're not vibing with a person, my best advice is to leave them alone, which we know we don't do this. Most of us do not take this advice. But as for me, when it comes to dealing with women, I'm a loner. I don't chase women. I ain't trying to be, you know what I'm saying, in the periphery of somebody that acts stupid and ignorant such as this, because the person who was trying to be all up under my back last night, she acts just like that person right there. Except he's a man and she's a woman. Real talk. But she's just as ignorant, tongue just as nasty, gets drunk on the south, starts talking crazy, calling you out your name. And you don't talk to people like that. Because if you revel me or respect me, you're not going to address me as anything but Angela. Once you call me outside of Angela, there ain't nowhere to take it. I can't be friends with you. How can I be friends with you? You don't even know how to call me by my damn name. Now, if I called you a bitch or a hoe, you be ready to fight. Exactly. So this guy right here is exemplary of what I'm talking about. He doesn't respect himself. So he's not going to go out here and respect his wife, girlfriend, the baby, his mama, his daddy. He probably calls his mom and daddy hoes and bitches. He probably is on the job calling people bitches and hoes. I don't even see how he can have a job. You got that type of attitude, I don't even know how you're employed. But hey, like I said, I know somebody personally, like I said, that was around me last night. They got a whole job, and I don't even see how this person has a damn job because their mouth is horrible. They get on that damn liquid sauce and they just spazz out. While she was loud talking last night, want to be seen. Hey. She wants somebody to address her. Queen, it was not. And I was going to play This Is Crazy. Oh, I didn't hear you, honey. Oh, that's you. Oh, I was in my phone, honey. You know how it is. Look, I can play like I'm drunk too, knowing I wasn't. Oh, girl, I was just, doing me. Queen don't care. Because I ain't lost nothing. This is 2-part live. 35-year-old black man in Knoxville, Tennessee will receive 15 to 25 years for unaliving his friend over dog poop. The guy was staying at his house. The dog was staying there also. And the dog was pooping in the yard. And Stephen obviously got upset. And he shot his friend in the chest. And also witnesses said he was not beat up or punched as he alleged in court. So he lied. And what I find interesting also about that testimony is that somebody actually testified against him or gave a statement to say, hey, the victim didn't punch him. He shot that man in cold blood. And that's a cold act to shoot a human, period. Especially if it's not self-defense. You're arguing, you're mad, you're upset, you don't like what they're saying, you don't like what they're doing, you're fed up with dealing with them, and you just shoot a person shoot them in the chest. That's a cold act. So that would lead us to believe he might be like Billy Bob here. Just pop off for no reason. And I won't doubt this guy has done the same thing. He's probably pulled out a weapon, a gun, chased people with bats. He gets mad, he goes grab a gun, a rifle, threatens people, but you can end up dead that way. Because there are a lot of people that are just not going to tolerate this type of behavior. And sadly, this woman, she might end up dead or incarcerated herself because one day she might look at him and just decide, I'm sick of this big old blob. And she pumps one in him. And there he is lying on the ground when both of them should have separated, went their separate ways. Let's hear this nonsense one more time, then we're going to check out of here. You all have a wonderful weekend. God bless all of you. Thank you for supporting this network. And today, the Queen has surpassed 16,000 subs. Last check, I was at 16,012. I want to thank you for the love, the support. I want to thank you for those who have been with me when this channel was Everyday Shenanigans. Every blue moon, I almost slip up and say that. I changed it to the Vault Excel because I wanted to talk about, I talk about serious topics, and I felt like the title of that channel was too, cheesy when I was talking about true crime and, crime in America. So I wanted to give this network a serious channel name because of the type of content I bring to the network. Now, most of you know I don't focus on crimes that deal with unaliving much, but I will bring you updates pertaining to crimes that I have covered, but that is not going to be the mantra of this channel. I will talk about various subject matters, relationships, courtships, crazy things people do here in America and abroad. This is a versatile network. But I want to thank you for the love and support So today is a good day for the queen at 16,000 plus subs. It took me months to get to 16,000 from my Trump nonsense. When I did some videos about Donald Trump, obviously that got under some people's skin. I didn't know I had a lot of Republican followers. Naturally, I didn't say anything derogatory about Mr. Trump at the time of that shooting. All I said is I didn't care for him, and obviously people got mad about that, and they unsubscribed. I thought, well, I'll be damned. Okay. The point is we can agree to disagree. That's the point. You can't tell me who to like and not to like. Just like this commentary here. You can't tell me I should like what this man has said and done. It's the same thing. It's the same thing. I'm entitled to like who I like. I'm entitled to think what I want to think. You're entitled to think and like who you like. Because that's the whole point. You're not going to agree with a person on every subject matter. It's just highly impossible to agree on everything. But I thank you for the love. I truly thank you for the love. Updates. Megan Boswell. Her trial is going to be delayed for about 7 or 8 weeks. She has been accused of unaliving her toddler, Evelyn Boswell, sweet, sweet, pretty little baby doll, beautiful blue eyes, who's no longer here. Megan Boswell had a court appearance and prolonged once again. Sean Puffy Combs went to court yesterday. He's seeking to get evidentiary material. There's a lot of material gathered from his home in Miami. He wants to see all of that material and data. Children went to court. They didn't answer any questions from reporters. I expected that. They don't have anything to say. And I think Sean just wants to revel in all the allegations from different people, and he wants to see what the state has. But my thing is this: if they have gathered any type of material that shows anybody drugged on video, sexually assaulted by him and others, how are you going to defend that in a court of law? You can't. And that's already been revealed by 2 males who have been seen on video, underage allegedly, and didn't appear to know or be aware that they were being filmed. So imagine what else the government has seized from his homes and his data and phones. They also have data devices retrieved from his associates. So how many other people got devices and phones seized by the government? Curious. Also, the drug mule, his charges have been dropped. So did that person turn evidence on Sean Puffy Combs? I would say so. Because you got to remember, the white boy was running drugs, allegedly transporting drugs to him, selling drugs to Sean. The drugs were retrieved out of a bag months ago on the airplane, on his private plane. They were about to take off and go, out of the country. The guy took the charge, but now, poof, voila, all of a sudden, the charges have been dropped. I've not opened that yet, but I'm going to use deduction he has turned on Sean. Because why would they drop the charges? Most jurisdictions are very strict on drugs, pills, mollies, heroin, meth, cocaine. Why would they drop them for you? Because what? You're a one-time offender? So what did he get, a diversion? I'll bring you that update. Trying to bring you all the updates. Derek Chauvin, more nonsense. He wants to test the heart tissue of George Floyd. Why? For what? The man's dead. You killed the man, you and your cohorts, suffocated the man almost 8 minutes a day, a knee to the neck, and you want to test the heart tissue. For what reason? Stupid. It's over with. You got your sentence. Let it be. See, this is what people do when they don't have any empathy. You want to try everything you can to try to get out of your charge. You want to go to the highest courts and keep fighting, appeal, when you know you were there and you know what you did. I'm not here to say George Floyd was an innocent type human being, but it's not the point of what he didn't do. The man didn't want to get in the back of a fucking police car like most criminals. They don't want to be arrested. But there's no way he should have died the way he died on a public street in front of eyewitnesses. That's not the way justice is supposed to be served. He's supposed to go to court, and the judge decides his fate, not a knee to the neck, suffocated to death on a street. There was no need to hold a person down almost 8 minutes, because you can't explain that logically. Anybody can see the video. He wasn't fighting. So you want to test the tissue to prove what? Oh, he was on drugs. Okay, we heard he was a drug user. So what? Most people that go to jail use drugs. So what's your point? Let's keep it real. Most people that go to jail are addicted to narcotics and alcohol. So to say many people want to use that as an excuse for why George Floyd should have been murdered, that doesn't have anything to do with it. You don't know that he was using drugs when you went to talk to him about passing fake money. So see, you're trying to use something from someone's past to excuse your behavior of murdering him. You can't. It doesn't make any sense. It's no different than walking up to a woman. Hey, I think you passed money. We need to talk to you about the money you gave the store, blah, blah, blah. What does it matter that yesterday she got high on cocaine, heroin, or she stole something out of Walmart yesterday? What does it have to do with what I'm doing right now? Nothing. Because that was yesterday. You didn't see me yesterday. You didn't talk to me yesterday. You didn't deal with me yesterday. Today's a new day. You're approaching me about counterfeit money. It should have stayed within that realm. Now, I will say this. If George Floyd had passed the fake bill, he shouldn't have. Frankly, he should have never even went back to that store, because the friend had already been approached earlier in that day for passing counterfeit money. So he should have never went back to that store. Why he went back is a mystery to me. But the point is, whether he knew the money was fake or not, he didn't deserve to be murdered. And I stand on that, and that's my public opinion. So we got Mr. Chauvin wanting to test George Floyd's heart tissue. Megan Boswell, her trial has been delayed about 7 to 8 weeks. Puff Daddy is going to court again. He will not seek another bail attempt. He's been denied 4 times, and he's trying to seek all evidentiary material as so he can prepare for his May 2025 trial. I'm trying to bring you all the updates by memory, because I had a list of updates just in case I didn't want to go live with all those informations. And also TikTok. They've got a due date of January 19th, I believe, to sell the company from ByteDance. ByteDance has been ordered by the U.S. They have to sell it, or the app won't be allowed in the United States. So now the Supreme Court has weighed in, and they will hear the case. So TikTok has appealed to the United States federal government, and TikTok will get a chance to give their side of the story. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Welcome to America, everybody. You're crazy, America. Who was he talking to? His wife or whoever? Who was he talking to? he talking to? Somebody behind the wife? Did the wife know the person she was speaking to? Allegedly, that's the allegation being made by whomever filmed this video, that he spoke to a black person or black people. He's mad that the wife spoke to some black people inside of this restaurant. This is supposed to have taken place in Tuscaloosa, Alabama. We know there's a high population of black people who live in the state of Alabama now. So what's the problem? Because as I said, if you have a problem with dining in the restaurant with African-American people, then you need to stay at home and eat at home. You didn't have to yell and scream and holler at anybody. All you had to do was tell your wife, hey, I don't want you talking to black people. End the conversation. Nobody in the room had to know you didn't want her talking to black people. So he must have yelled at the black people and or yelled at the wife first for this woman to pull her cell phone out, Miss Mabel here, and film it. Because one thing begets another. Nobody has to know who said what unless you said it loud enough for everybody in the room to hear. So naturally, Big Bubba, he had to say something to the wife, which got everybody else chiming in. He either said something to the wife first, Katie, I said that, or he said something to the black people. So which is it? Who did he say something to first? What the F you doing talking to them black folk? You don't know them. Excuse me. God got choked on that one. Who did he say something to first? The wife or the black people in the room? Don't talk to my wife. Don't say nothing to her. Well, obviously your wife don't have a problem with black people because she spoke or she had conversation. Then we have this lady pulling out her phone to film. As I said, the more the people chime back with him, it just makes it worse because he could have been the type that had a gun on him and he could have just went up, started shooting everybody in the room because he strikes me as that type of person that would do that. He strikes me as that type of person that would pull out a weapon, pull out a rifle in a restaurant, on his property, out the door, through the door, front porch, run over to the neighbors. He strikes me as that type of guy. He's that guy that'll jump out the car in the middle of traffic, start ranting and raving, beating on your car window windshield. He's that guy. But as I said before, maybe to the public it appeared that it's over black people speaking to her, vice versa. The point is he's a bitter Bubba. When you take away this restaurant scene, his life is lonely and bitter and he's miserable. He possibly came from some old racist hillbillies down in Alabama. He's just like them. Or he was made to be a bitter human being. That's about it. If it ain't about the black people, it's about the eggs are too runny. The steak wasn't cooked hard enough, or he wanted it rare. It would be something. And that's what you need to understand about people who walk around acting like they're mad at the Jew, at the Arab, at the black person, at the Mexican. They are miserable, period. Nobody's done anything to you. Nobody has said anything to you. So when you start talking all that shit about black folks and white folks and this and that, we all have our differences. We know our differences. And one day I'm going to do a live about our differences. And we're going to sit and we're going to laugh about it. And we ain't going to take it personal because as you see with the stand-up comedy that I brought you, it is what it is. White people do different things that black people don't do. Black people do things that white people don't do. Asian people do things that we don't do. Mexicans do things that we don't do. Don't get me started because you know I go there. We all do different shit because somebody showed us that. Or we learned that. It's the way it is. You learn by others, how you taught, how you were raised. And then as you get older, you do things that you want to do on your own that maybe your parents didn't do or the people that raised you didn't do. You do what you want, you're grown. Just like he's yelling at this woman, yelling at the black people, whoever the hell he's yelling at. Really, he's yelling at himself because he's mad at his big fat self. That's what he's mad about. He's a big old blob of nothing. He's mad at himself. And that woman sat there looking at him. Look at Katie, because she looks just like Katie Proudfoot. Katie's twin is sitting in here looking like a fucking fool in a public restaurant because she knows she chose that big blob of flesh to lay down with and make a kid with. And sadly, in that corner, as I said, there's a little kid hovering down, scared shitless. So this lady needs to tighten her shit and get the hell out this relationship, because that's not how you raise children. You want to be with that big blob, fine. But you don't have a right to be pregnant or have a kid and raise a kid in that type of environment. So this goes deeper than she talked to some black people. This man is hateful. And with hate comes vengeance, contempt, prejudice. Prejudice breeds hate. It's all the same. He could be out here living his good life. He could be in that restaurant. He could have went in that restaurant, enjoyed the food, laugh and talk with his wife and child, whether he liked black people or not. Because you're not there for the black people. You're there to eat. See, I navigate different than most people. I don't give a damn who's in the room. I don't care who's in the apartment building. So long as you don't bother me, I don't have a problem with you. You in there with 1 leg, 5 legs, I don't care. 12 Mexicans sitting behind me, I don't care. 8 Jews sitting in front of me, I don't care. Asians standing at the table asking me for what I want, waiting on me, I don't care. Because I didn't go there for them. I went there for me. I went there to enjoy me. I went there to try to enjoy your services. Now, if I don't get good service, then I will say something about it. And if not, I may not say anything. I'll keep it moving. Don't have to go back. Don't have to tip. It's all the same. Everybody got to stop taking shit so personally. Let a fool be a fool. Just like I did last night when I was out, there were some fools in the room. Did I pay them any mind? I didn't. Even when the one talked, who are you? Oh, he drunk, mad at his children because they in the bar. That's their problem. I knew how to turn my head and keep it moving. Why you think the daughter said something to me in my live stream last night? You really handled yourself like a lady. I appreciate that, blah, blah, blah. You damn right. I wasn't about to let your father stoop me to an ignorant level. That's on him. He wants to embarrass himself in public, embarrass his own 2 daughters in a public establishment. That's his dumb ass. Ain't got nothing to do with Queen. And I think it's so funny. That incident happened last night, and then I find this video today. This video was uploaded 3 months ago, in case you're curious. Allegedly, the bio on it is, it's a restaurant out of Tuscaloosa, Alabama. Don't know the details. Don't really matter to me. I'm just bringing you commentary that we have fools walking around, and you have to know your place. You have to know that you do not have to engage in foolishness, because this is how people get hurt. As I said, the people should not have been yelling back and forth with him. The guy shouldn't have picked up the please wait stand, because now you're, destroying property, even though you might apologize. But what were you going to do with it? Beat him up? Because the first thing in court, they were going to say, well, sir, you didn't have to grab that. He didn't address you, or he didn't put his hands on you. So why are you grabbing this instrument? See, you got to think. Because you see, he stepped back in the door to yell back at the black people or yell at the staff. All y'all had to do was say, sir, we need you to step out. He can yell all he wants. That's what 911 is for. Call the police. He don't look like he moving fast enough. Call the police. You can best believe that ain't who he want to run up with, because they ain't going to listen to that big Bubba. Now, Bubba, you cut that out, you hear? We don't want no problems. Now you just go and get in your car. Put your hands behind your back, sir. Put your hands behind your back, sir. I'm not going to tell you again. I'll tase you. I'll tase you. That's how that would have went. That's how that would have went. Thank you for the love. 6,000 plus subs as of today. God is good. Woo! God is good. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for the love. Merry Christmas. This is the best Christmas present right here. This is the best Christmas present. Thank you for following this network. Once again, we can agree to disagree, but we're all human, and we're all a child of God, and we're on this earth to try to live and cohabitate. And if you are not on that mantra, you need to go check yourself. Go find Jesus, go find a therapist, because life is short. And there's no need for all the bickering and the arguing and the fussing and the cussing and showing out and getting drunk, getting crunk, unaliving people. Baby, this ain't no dress rehearsal. This is it. Try to live accordingly. Try to be peaceful in your existence, in the circles you travel. And if you see something that ain't about right for you, Just remove yourself. That's all you got to do. See, that would have meant nothing to me, that hillbilly in there. That wouldn't have meant nothing to Queen. I would have kept on eating while he's sitting there making a fool out of himself. I'm not going to mess up my damn $20 plate of food for no food. Because while they would have kept on, I would have just kindly dialed 911. Where's your emergency, please? Please hurry. Please hurry. We're at Shoney's. This person's acting crazy. Please hurry. They would have had the whole police squad out there, and he would have been looking like a damn fool when he walked up out of there. Exactly. Teach people how to treat you. Katie ain't learned that yet. Sadly, she's somebody's mother. She'll probably have to learn the hard way, and so will Bubba. That's my commentary. Have a wonderful weekend. God bless you. I'll probably be back with another live stream later on this evening. If you'd like to donate to this great network, $DeGanji 129 Cash App. Stickers and chats are always welcome during the live stream. Please be aware of your faculties while shopping this holiday season. Be careful also ordering things online. Be careful with spam calls. Do not give out any personal information. And also be careful on this Newsbreak app, which I am a contributor. If you hit certain links of articles, it can mess up your cell phone, which happened to me yesterday. There was an article here that said something about Steve Harvey passing away. My better half said, don't hit it. And when I hit it, my screens had all these squiggly lines and stuff. A virus hit my phone. Naturally, they could steal your information, banking information, so on and so forth. Be very careful hitting any links in the computer, in your device, iPad. If the article sounds suspicious, you hadn't heard that the person died or was murdered, I would Google it first before hitting because a lot of that is just fake news to get into your device and put a virus and or scam your device if you did one. So just a heads up. I've been watching news breaks since 2018, but as you see, people are becoming crafty and finding ways to try to scam you and get into your device and cause viruses. Hopefully my phone's okay. It's time really for a new phone because it's jumping screens and doing all type of crazy nonsense. And as you see, once again today, I had a problem getting into TikTok and my ex account. So I'm done with all that. And as I have said before, I don't care for these apps for that very reason. This is supposed to be a trusted app, Newsbreak. But as you see, there was an article in here yesterday that put a virus on my phone. So nothing is trustworthy. Nothing. So far, I haven't had any problems with YouTube, Google, but anything else, you can't trust it. Although Meta, all that's supposed to be combined, same partnership, but Facebook, people steal your identity, your photos, open up an account, pretending to be you, so nothing is foolproof. Date sites, same thing. X accounts, IG, same thing. Anybody can take your pictures and open up an account and pretend it's you. It's just the way it is. So you have to be very careful out here. Posting your personal information, your business, your pictures. And that's the one thing you all don't think about. When you post your pictures, anybody can take those pictures and open up an account and pretend that they're you. And that's dangerous because we have a lot of gullible people out here who will sit and talk endlessly with a stranger, never meet them. And next thing you know, they're sending them money, sending nude pictures of themselves, and you don't even know who you're sending the picture to. You could be sending your picture to a 15-year-old kid. You could be sending your picture to a Nigerian, or African, Canadian. You don't know who you're talking to. This is why you need to video chat. They don't want to video chat? Delete and block. That's anybody. I don't care where you meet them. Don't switch apps. They say WhatsApp is more secure. But the point still remains, if they do not want to show themselves, stop conversating with them. Delete their number and then block them. Delete their profile, then block them. That's my advice. Oh, thank you, Gigi. Appreciate you all as well. Thank you for tuning into this network. You got a topic you want me to talk about? Drop it under this video. I said I wanted to talk to you all about Christmas because I put up a bunch of polls pertaining to Christmas. Are you in the Christmas spirit this year? If so, why not? Are you going to spend on a lot of money? Is there anybody you're not going to buy for or don't want to buy for this Christmas season? Tell me why. Go to my community page. It's on the post. Take the post. And will you stop celebrating Christmas? Tell me why not. Take the post. Are you ready for Christmas? Also, do you have enough money to shop this Christmas? Or will you wait till after Christmas when you get your check? Are you dealing with finances this Christmas season to where you're having to dig and pay? You bought some stuff, but you dug into your bills and you shouldn't have. Take the post. Are you ready for Christmas? Have you bought everything for Christmas? Has it affected your finances this Christmas season? Or did you go less this Christmas season? Do you go all out every Christmas? Have you gone in debt from buying Christmas presents this year or before? Thank you, Scholar. Thank you so much. I give you the polls so you can see how people think out here. That's why I put the polls up. I ask you all types of questions. As I've said to people before, don't get offended about a poll. It's just a poll. Whether I'm asking about a person in a story or I'm asking you in the universe, how you think about this, how you think about that. It's no big deal. It's just a poll. It's not that serious. It's not that serious. As people love to tell me, you got to lighten up. Yeah, and some of you all need to lighten up. It ain't that serious out here. And that's what I'm learning now, to let everything ride. Stop engaging in nonsense. Stop worrying about nonsense, okay? And stop worrying about things you don't have any control over and things you see you cannot change. And when you see that people are a certain type of way, accept them for who they are. Either deal with them or don't. It's your choice. That's my advice to you all. Accept the fact that you cannot change people and you can't change circumstances. Merry Christmas, everybody. Hope you all have a wonderful, wonderful Christmas season. I just realized Wednesday is Christmas, so I won't be going out Wednesday or the Wednesday after because Christmas is on a Wednesday and then New Year's Day is on a Wednesday. Naturally, the cafe won't be open on those 2 days, I'm sure, but that'll give me time to just rest and sit back and relax for the holidays and catch up on my TV binging, TV shows and everything, especially this upcoming weekend. I'll probably binge if there's no games on because I don't know when UT is supposed to play. So those are my plans. And please check out the movie suggestions. I have 2 movie suggestions, Crescent City and I Married a Baller or Married a Baller. Very good movies, free on Tubi. And also some other movies are on there that you have to pay for. You can pay for them through YouTube if you want to, or other apps. All right, everybody. I'm gabbed enough. Anything you all want to talk about later, please check out my last live stream pertaining to Seth Rogers and Nina. That's a very good live, and I thank you for the views. I thank you for the views on that video. I appreciate that. I think I've hit on all my topics, updates pertaining to everybody. Derek Chauvin, P. Diddy, Megan Boswell, P. Diddy's drug mule. Trying to remember everybody. I always try to keep a little list in case I forget something. I think that's it for now. There was something else I saw. Shit, I can't even remember what it was. Something crazy. I know I'm missing something. I was thinking about a certain topic the other day. I don't know if I wrote it down or not. Oh, there's something I want to mention that I saw today. This is so ratchet. I'm never going to get off this live stream. Almost 1 hour in. I was reading before I went live that there's a young man who claims that he's Jay-Z's son, and he is asking Jay-Z to take a paternity test, a DNA test. He is saying that this is his second time. I don't know if this information is accurate or not, but anyway. Oh, God, what Lizzo talking about? I did nothing wrong. I'm tired. I don't want to hear about that help. Allegedly, she's lost some weight, they say. Good for her. God is good. Anyway, this is what I want to say to this young man. Stop asking him to take the DNA test, okay? Just stop it. He doesn't want to take the test. Leave it. Let it be. He doesn't want to try to even see if he's your father. There's a reason. Probably he don't want to try to give up any money because he probably is going to assume you're going to want some money. You're going to want some type of income from him. And maybe he doesn't want to give up any money. And right now, his name is in the spotlight for allegedly assaulting a 13-year-old girl with Sean Puffy Combs back in 2000. He ain't thinking about you and nobody else but clearing his name. And the effect of his image, pocketbook, his wife, and 3 children. That's the only thing Jay-Z is possibly focused on right now. Money, money, money. Some people got to have it. Okay? So he ain't worried about being your daddy, pappy. And if you've had to reach out to him 2 times or go public to say, hey, Jay-Z's my daddy, I think he's my daddy, my mama said he's my daddy, let it go. He's heard about you. He knows where to find you. He knows how to find you. He wants to find out if you his child. He will find an entity to reach out to you for you all to go into a medical lab and take the test, and then you go on from there. He has not reached out to you. Let it go, sweetheart. You don't need verification or validation from Sean Carter. You are first a child of God. Let me say that. So you focus on being a better you. Sean decides to come around to see if he's your father, then he does. If he don't, let it go. As for the mother, why are we just not hearing this story? Who is his mother? When did she tell this young boy that Sean possibly is the father? Is Sean the father? Let's ask that. Is he the father? I don't know. I don't know these folks. All I'm going to say is, the mother, you should have brought Sean into court soon as your baby got air in his lungs. How about that? Soon as the baby came out your womb, you should have went to court and filed paperwork to get a DNA test for your child when the appropriate age came for your child to be tested. Because I think they wait a year or more before, drawing blood from a baby. So, or mouth swab, however it goes. You should have been done this. I don't know how old the young man is, but he's grown enough that the mother, it's too late now to be asking and worrying. Should have said something a long time ago. You don't go windedly and just pop up and say, oh, I got a baby by Jay-Z. It's crazy. And then this boy, he's embarrassing himself by pleading. Hey, take the test. And what? Jay-Z's not responding. So once again, is this Jay-Z's son? Did Jay-Z know about the young man? How old is the young man? When did the young man find out that he's allegedly Jay-Z's son? Don't know all the details, but just throwing that out there in case some of you are Jay-Z fans. Just bringing you the latest developments of he said, she said. Welcome to Pookieville and Bubbaville. This content is in the Newsbreak app if you're curious, and also on TikTok if you are able to access the TikTok app pertaining to this hillbilly yelling at his wife in a public restaurant, allegedly in Alabama. If you want to verify for yourself, I'm not going to play it again because the language is so raunchy. I've played it 2 times, that's enough. But anywho, feel free to check it out if you want. It is a wrap. Your Crazy America, extension of the Vault XL. Thank you for your time. God bless you. Merry Christmas. Be safe this weekend, everybody. I think we're going to get a little bit of snow allegedly. So I'm pretty much stopped. Only thing I don't have is chocolate ice cream in the freezer. But anyway, I think I'm going to step out today later and get a few more goodies. And then Queen is deep. I'm done. I'm tired of running these people's stores. I've yet to buy the carrot for Christmas, and I've yet to buy the damn vacuum cleaner I'm supposed to be getting. I may get all that next week. It depends on my mood and the finances. But anyway, that's what I was going to to. Oh, and I was going to treat myself to a pretty ring, a nice piece of jewelry. That's really what I want to treat myself to for Christmas. Some real jewelry, not costume. Is that enough costume jewelry? But something pretty and real and gold. You all know I like gold. So love you guys. Thank you for listening to the Vault XL.